The wisdom of King Solomon, Proverbs chapter 7, verses 1 through 3. My son, listen to my advice, and remember what I teach you. Obey what I have taught you, and you will enjoy a good life. Focus on what I have taught you. Tie a string around your finger to remind you of my teachings. Memorize them and keep them in your heart. People, do you want to live a good life? Listen to the advice of the wise king. Memorize his teachings. That's not something American Christians do much of today, but it's worthwhile. I promise you. Verses 4 and 5, love wisdom like a sister. Treat intuition like a close relative. They will keep you from committing adultery and from being seduced by a smooth-talking, seductive woman. If you love wisdom, truly love wisdom, then you will not be seduced by a smooth-talking woman. You know, young men often have one major weakness: lack of self-control sexually. Verses 6 through 9. Listen and see if King Solomon doesn't have it figured out, and if his advice wouldn't work. And see if you recognize the situation. As I stood looking out of the window of my house through the curtains, I saw a young man with no common sense. He was headed toward the street corner where the seductive woman hung out, heading in the direction of her house as the sun was setting. Yeah, a young man with no common sense. He'll be easy prey for a woman offering herself. 10 through 13. The woman went to meet him dressed seductively, ready to take advantage of him. She was the rude, rebellious type that was not happy when she was home alone. She loved being in the streets and other places where there were people. She threw her arms around the young man and greeted him with a kiss. Well, with any common sense, a man ought to know what he's being offered. 14 through 20. She said, "Today I have filled my dream. You are the one I was looking for. I came out here today to find you, and here you are. My bed is covered with beautiful Egyptian linens. I've sprayed it with perfume, with myrrh and aloes and cinnamon. Come with me and let's share our love until morning. Let's enjoy ourselves with love. My husband is not home. He has left on a long trip. He took a wallet full of money, so he won't return for a few weeks." Smooth talking. Openly saying, my husband isn't home. 21 through 23. She seduced him with her smooth talking, and he followed her, like an ox going to be slaughtered. He was like a deer caught in a trap until an arrow would pierce him. He was like a bird that flew into a snare without realizing it would end his life. Even someone without common sense should be able to understand what's happening. But men still fall for this all the time. 24 through 27. Listen to me. Pay attention to what I say. Don't allow your heart to follow her. Don't follow her. She has caused many men to die. Her house is the path to the grave, and her bedroom is the den of death. People, men, don't do it. Nothing good ever comes from adultery. Okay, Proverbs chapter 8. Related, a little bit. But pay attention. Because wisdom is at your door. Verses 1 through 11. Listen as wisdom calls to you. Hear understanding as she calls to you. Wisdom waits at the top of the hill where the paths meet. She stands by the gates of the city where the road enters the city. She calls out to people, I am calling out to all people. Let those who are simple find good judgment. Let those who are foolish find some understanding. Listen to me, because I have important things to tell you. Everything I say is right and true. I detest any form of deception. My advice is always righteous, never crooked or perverse. My words are plain to those who have understanding. They are clear to those who find knowledge. Choose my teaching instead of silver. Choose knowledge instead of the best gold. Wisdom is more valuable than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with wisdom. Oh, pay attention to wisdom, people. If you just go with the flow and do whatever feels good, you will never find wisdom. Wisdom goes hand in hand with understanding. And wisdom begins with understanding. Verses 12 through 16. I am wisdom, and I live with good judgment, knowledge, and discretion. Those who fear God will hate evil. I hate pride and arrogance, as well as evil behavior and perverse speech. Common sense and sound judgment belong to me. I have insight and strength. Because of me, kings can rule justly. All rulers can govern the earth by me. So, what do you want? Wisdom, good judgment, knowledge, and discretion? Or, behind the other door, pride, arrogance, evil behavior, and perverse speech? You have to choose. Common sense and good sound judgment come with wisdom. So does insight and internal strength. 17 to 21. I love those who love me, and those who seek me will find me. I have riches and honor, enduring wealth and prosperity. My gifts are better than the finest gold. What I offer is better than the best silver. I walk in righteousness on the paths of justice. Those who love me will inherit wealth, great wealth. Money or wisdom? I mean, wisdom can bring money, not the shortcut to money. The shortcut to wealth usually leads people to end up looking at failure after failure after failure after failure. Have you ever thought about wisdom as one of God's creations? Well, King Solomon did. Now, listen to what he says in 22 through 31. He's letting wisdom speak. God created me as the first thing he created. I was appointed before the earth began. I was born before the oceans were created, before the springs bubbled up with their water. Before the mountains were created, before the hills were created, I was born. I was born before God made the earth and fields, the first handfuls of soil. I was there when God created the heavens and when he set the horizon on the oceans. I was there when God set the clouds in the sky and when he made water come from the earth. I was there when he marked the boundaries of the seas, when he laid the foundations of the earth. I was right by his side, filled with delight each day, rejoicing in his presence, enjoying his world, and delighting over mankind. The last 5 verses of the chapter, wisdom is still speaking. So my children, listen to me. Everyone who follows my ways will be joyful. Listen to my teaching and you will be wise. Don't ignore what I say. Those who listen to me will be joyful. Those who watch for me at the city gates or wait for me at my home, they will find favor with God. Those who fail to find me will just injure themselves. Those who hate me love death. What does the wise king say? Wisdom brings true joy, not the kind of joy that shortcuts bring. Do you understand?